Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you're all doing great. Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope that the work week is off to a good start for you guys, and all that good stuff. If you're new to the channel, as you guys come trickling in, I hope you like what you see here and decide to stick around. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit that like button and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate the support as we slowly build up this channel. And yeah, for those of you who are you rocking with your girl, have been doing so for a while, thank you for the continued support. I greatly appreciate you guys and everything that you do to help support the channel. And I can't do it without you. So with that said, no one's here just yet. So okay, now we got someone. But yes, like I said, hope if you're new, you decide to stick around if these messages resonate. And if you've been rocking with your girl already, welcome back and thank you for the continued support. Hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, so I guess my running Ren is gonna probably come up here and hang out on my lap. Is that what you're about to do? I do this every time, little crow. Every time. But anywho. So as you guys saw in the title, this is going to be a shadow work reading, focusing on that sense of finding balance with our light and our dark, understanding how to embrace the shadow. People think of the shadow as like something that's supposed to be like banished or something, and it's not. It's something that we integrate into our whole completeness, and embrace it. Embrace what we need to, learn to grow and expand. Our shadow exists for many different reasons. So we're going to kind of talk about, those things in this reading right now for the collective. Now keep in mind, because this is a collective message, not every message is going to resonate, right? So if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Totally understandable. You can always check out other content on the channel to see if there's other things, other messages that do resonate with you. I did a love reading at like what was like 1 something in the morning last night, and that was pretty intense. So you never know. You might find other content that tickles your fancy, if you will. All right, so let's get started. I already cleansed myself and the space. Had whole sneeze attack right before I started too. I got really hot. I feel a little bit better now. I just stayed right under the air conditioner for a few minutes. I was like, I'm hot. Every time I like cleanse and stuff, I get hot every time. So yeah. Um, so yeah, like I said, we're gonna get started. We're gonna start with the dark mirror. My girl, I hope she pops in, and she probably will. I hope she does. My girl, Allie from Phoenix Priestess. She's awesome. That's my soully, my sister. And when we worked together, that's how we met at work. She put me onto this deck, and I was like, wow, this deck is really powerful, especially for shadow work. So we're going to start with that one. Okay, I'm going to do a quick little mantra to get started. Spirit, only let positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good. Clearest and most accurate messages, please and thank you, when it comes to their ascension and being able to learn how to integrate their light and their dark, and embrace their shadow and work on healing processes in the process. All right, let's see. We split the deck. We have, when I split the deck, the child I was meant to be, along with fated to suffer. So for some of you, you might be dealing with some childhood wounds still that you haven't fully worked on healing, is what I'm picking up on. And it's like a lingering kind of energy I'm picking up. That's just from splitting the deck, though. We're going to pull a few, or not a few, let's do like 3 from here. Because I have other shadow work decks that I wanted to dive into as well. So we'll do 3 from here and then 3 from the other 2 as well. Kind of see what you guys need to know at this time for your highest good. But every time I split the deck, though, we keep getting that card. So that's definitely going to be important. I'm also getting that there could be addiction problems in the family. It could have trickled into your life, possibly for some, not for all. Again, only take the messages as they resonate because this is a collective. It's here on the bottom. So addiction could be a thing that has been a part of your journey when it comes to healing. You have, is this me? Maybe you're starting to recognize certain parts about your patterns and yourself. The temple of my body. Maybe for a while you weren't, taking care of your physical vessel. Like, again, this is not going to resonate with everybody. And that could mean different things, right? It could mean, addiction comes in different forms, right? It's not always chemical dependency, right? But it could be like overworking, overthinking. For some of you, it could be chemical dependencies with like substances and things like that. I did hear gambling. Somebody could have had like a gambling addiction. But you're learning how to hopefully navigate that. You're being pushed to get out of that because you're recognizing that this is not the way you want to live your life for somebody. So let's get like 3 cards from your spirit. As the messages come out, if they resonate, let me know in the comments, and or you can just do like, reactions or hit that like button. All those things are super helpful. All right, so we got 2 cards out. All right, so we have masquerade, masking, right? Hiding behind the scenes, acting like everything's okay. You know how to put on a really good facade is what I'm picking up on. And calling the storm. It's in the reverse. I feel like a lot of shit has been going down. Hi Monique, how are you, my love? Welcome. I'm getting that for some of you. You might resonate with the idea of like, I heard the word shit show. Things could have been feeling like it was like a shit show in your life, but you just put on a brave face. You just, power through it. But behind closed doors, like it's been rough. Hey Digo, how are you? Thanks. My hair looks kind of crazy. I just kind of put it up in a bun. But thank you, I appreciate that. My hair won't look like this much longer. I'm gonna be back to my afro soon. But this week you'll see the big afro out again. Yes, we have anger and chains on the bottom of the deck. And it's in the reverse. I feel like you guys are in the process of trying to, break free of these chains. Because you know that you're bound to things that don't serve you anymore. And there could be like resentment that was existing, but you're kind of trying to work past it. But then there's still that part of you who, you mask things. For those of you who end up resonating with this. Peaceful among thorns, like you're understanding or trying to understand, like, okay, yes, I've been through a lot of things in my life, but I can't stay in this place of anger and resentment, whether it's because of family and parent wounds and things like that. It could be different things going on for different people. Hey Elena, how are you? Naked before the stars. Yeah, you're learning how to really just try to fully embrace what it is that you're facing. And again, this is going to look different for each person who's watching because it is a collective message. So again, take the messages as they resonate. Addiction was one of the things that did pop up for some, but not for all, right? Some of you might not resonate with that part of the message, but it did seem pretty strong that there were like, childhood wounds that are still being addressed, possible addiction problems, and then the stuff that we just kind of I was trying to say mentioned, and then I was about to say masked, and we did just talk about like this masking energy. Fragmented, yeah, you feel very pulled apart, like you feel like you're kind of being stretched in different areas, and I'm getting like compartmentalization, like you put different areas of your life in different boxes, and we talked about this recently in another reading. I forgot what reading it is. I feel like this was like this past week. I talked about compartmentalization, where again, you know how to wear that brave face and act like everything's cool, because you know how to mask, and then when you mask, you also kind of learn how to put things in their little boxes, so that you might not have to deal with certain things. And that's the thing, because at the end of the day, you still have to deal with it, right? Yeah, when you're alone in this world by yourself, right? When you're alone by yourself, what are you thinking about? What are you feeling, right? You might feel like you still have been like suffering, and you feel like this is just a part of your story, your testimony, and it's like you're not meant to suffer. Nobody's meant to suffer, but you just have to learn how to embrace the journey, these different parts of it, to be able to move forward, right? And that's why we're doing this reading. Yeah, and again, asking this question of, is this me? Is this really where I am in my life right now? Trying to get that clarity of, where you stand. Let's get one more from this deck, Spirit. And we're going to look into another shadow work deck that I have. I have like 3 different decks that I'm going to look at for you guys. All right, so what do we have? Yeah. I think you guys are learning how to get in tune with how you really feel. You're learning, keyword, learning. You're not there yet, but you're learning. We have artificial heart here, and that came out in the reverse. Along with downcast pride, also in reverse. So it's giving like, you guys are learning how to put your pride to the side and work on actually embracing what you need to feel. Oh, thanks, Sha. How are you? Good to see you again. Remember reading for you. It's great to see you again. Thank you for coming back. Yeah. Again, those addictions, right? Understanding that you have to feel these things and deal with these things. You can't, let pride and ego keep you from doing what you need to do. My nose is going crazy. But like the whole thing. Like the tip of my nose, both sides, because usually for those of us who know, like when the left side of your nose is really super itchy during these kind of situations, it's the past energy. The right side represents incoming, and the tip of your nose is present. When your whole nose is going crazy, like it's it means that this is something very, very significant right now for you guys. Yeah, you guys are just learning that, or trying to learn that you don't have to stay in these. Renard, what are you doing? What are you doing? You don't do that. She's trying to scratch the couch. I'm like, first off, you're not really supposed to be over on that couch, and you know it. Red. Hi. You know better. Yeah, you can come hang out with me right here, baby. We don't scratch the couch, mama. She looked at me like, oop. You caught me, yes. I sure enough did. She's something else. She knows what she's not supposed to do. You want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi? Hi. Say hello. My baby. Alright, so let's look at this deck here. I love this deck. Yeah, my cat is something, ain't she? Oh my goodness. She always trying to, come up and show out some kind of way. And Sha, thank you for that. I'm doing really well. Thank you. I appreciate you for even inquiring. I'm happy that you're doing good too. That makes me happy. Every time I hear you guys are doing good, that definitely makes me happy. Especially when you guys come back around, because we're building like, a little community, right? So it's like, we all ask each other questions. I love when you guys interact with each other in the comments, and like you guys have been building your own like little communities too in there. I'm like, look at this. Okay, that's what the Soul Tribe is about. You said she got big. Yeah, and know what's funny? She is 10 years old. She is not a kitten, but she was the runt of her litter, so she's really small. So people think she's a kitten. And I'm like, no, she's a full-grown cat. She's full-grown. But, like, I think certain angles, like, you can't tell how big she is, like, because she still is so tiny. So, like, when I stretch her out, like how I just did, like, I had her, like, standing up, like, she looks bigger. But, like, if I hold her right here, she looks like a little baby. She looks like a little baby. Right, Rennie Ren? She looked at me like, yeah. Hi, baby. But yeah, people don't realize that she's a whole grown cat because she's so tiny. And trust me, she eats a lot. Little greedy butt. She be looking at me. I was my little fat ass this morning. My mom bought me a sausage biscuit Wendy's thing and some wedges. And I was eating that. She was just looking at me like, I gave her a little piece of the biscuit, and she was like, tear that little piece of biscuit up. I'm like, this damn greedy ass cat. She eats. She also likes red velvet cake for some reason. She loves the smell. Anytime I have red velvet cake, she goes crazy. She's like, what's that? I want some. And I'm like, girl, I can't really give you sweets, man. Like, I'm gonna be a really, really bad pet owner if I do that. But she always be like, ooh, I want some. All right, anywho's. So we have, when I split the deck, we have your wounds hold wisdom. Exactly, they definitely do. Experience, insight, and integration. And I talked about integration earlier in the reading. We have people pleaser. So people pleasing might be a thing that you're still focusing on, working on. And that could go with that addiction stuff that we were talking about too. Approval seeking, self abandonment, and smiling mask. We talked about masking already several times. Um, yeah, it's giving like, you know, the things that you've been through, they do hold a purpose. They serve a purpose, right? They hold wisdom. And even when you don't understand why these things happen, right? You might still be questioning it. Like that's that is this me card that showed up earlier. You're questioning a lot of things right now. That's a part of the integration, process. And one of the big things that some of you guys might be still dealing with is just like feeling like you have to do things for everybody else. Everybody wants you to be, living a certain way. And remember, I was talking about like that the parent wound. I was getting that for somebody. For some of you, because we did get that energy of like childhood and stuff. Maybe seeking your family's approval constantly, and you're learning how to say fuck that. I'm gonna live for myself. I can't sit here and keep on living for everybody else. Is what I'm picking up on so far. And you really can't do that. Like I tried it myself. I always wanted to please my family, not just my parents but my family. Like I remember I when I was applying for colleges and stuff, I applied for a lot of different colleges. I got into pretty much all the colleges. I've talked about this on the channel before. I got into almost every college that I applied for except for I think two of them. And I decided to stay local because I wanted to continue to help my mom, because she was like, well, I don't know how I feel about you going so far, because how am I going to help? I mean, how am I going to take care of the boys? So I decided to stay local. And I didn't really want to do that, but I did anyway. And then I'm like, okay, well, my grandmother also attended this particular school, so I'm like, okay, fuck it, why not? Do I have regrets? To an extent, yes, I do. Because I really wanted to, like, spread my wings and, like, have fun. Not my legs, but my wings. College is college, right? But I was in a relationship, so, yeah, I wasn't going to be doing none of that crazy shit anyway. But, like, point being, though, I stayed homebound to help my mom. And I didn't get to really experience, like, college the way that most people who go to college experience it. And not only that, I ended up going to a college that was super expensive. When I could have gotten full scholarships at other places, I decided to still stay home. Like I said, do I regret it? Sometimes, but everything happens for a reason. And then I had my son after I dropped out sophomore year. So everything happens for a reason, right? And it brings us to 8 years after that, and my grandmother passed away. My aunt Mary made me go and apply and enroll for college all over again. I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I'm not ready. She's like, this is what your grandmother would have wanted. You're gonna do it. I'm just like, okay, I've talked about this, and I did it. And at first, I was doing it in the sense of I wanted to make my family proud. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to school for social work and all this stuff. And I was like, I want to be the next little Mary Edie, because everybody's telling me that's what I'm supposed to be. Some of you guys might resonate with that, something similar. Feel like you have to make your family proud and stuff like that. And I mean, you can make them proud in different ways. You don't have to, do everything exactly by a freaking rule book, right? There's other ways that you can, make a mark, is what I'm picking up on right now. Hi, Debo. How are you? Hopefully I don't have my glasses on. I only see the Debo part, and the rest of it I can't make out because I don't have my glasses on. I see that part. But that's what I'm picking up on so far. That people pleasing, right? Especially when it comes to family. So Let's see what comes out for you guys. And if these messages are resonating so far, let me know in the chat or with reactions. You can also hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Keep in mind this is a collective message, not personals at this time. So, take the messages as, they come. And if it doesn't resonate, that's totally okay. So, yeah, it's here again, officially. Your wounds hold wisdom. Experience, insight, and integration is here. So this is a big part of your journey when it comes to integrating your shadow with your light. Let's get a couple more from here. Healing bypass, impatient, spiritual bypass, quick fix. You have to understand that healing is not a quick fix. That's what I'm getting. As I'm looking at the imagery on here, you're trying to figure out a way to not have to deal with certain things. Remember, we're talking about masking and compartmentalizing and stuff. You can't do that. They're trying to like pour this hot wax from this candle here. Like, ooh, I could bypass the journey. The journey is that lotus right there. But the only way that lotus will emerge is by actually dealing with the things you have to deal with, facing these things head on. You can't just bypass it. It doesn't work like that. And not to mention, it's not a linear process, right? I talk about that all the time on here. Like, it's not linear. There are going to be ebbs and flows. There are going to be reminders of the things you've been through and the things you're still working on. Yep, you have to go with those ebbs and flows and just understand it's a process, and that's okay. Ciao. This is pretty much what I just said. And this is why I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Fixing isn't healing. And I've talked about this on the channel before. Boundaries, self-focus, and release. Woo. That one hits. That hits hard. That one. Again, and I said that there's no quick fix to the healing process. You can't bypass that process. You have to do it. You have to focus in on it. Sorry, running in. Yeah, a lot of us, we want to see how far can I take it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna, just let things, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it up to chance. No, that's not how healing works. It's a process. It takes time. Not everyone will understand isolation, authenticity, and self-trust. You have to go it alone in some cases. Yeah, especially that people pleasing shit. That's coming up again. No more of that. Texting storm, panic, over-attachment, abandonment, alarm. So some of you guys might have like abandonment issues, or like, you feel like people are going to cut you off if you're not, doing what it is that they want you to do. Well, fuck it. It's one of those things. It's like, right, Ren? What do you think? Let me stretch out my leg as you moved. Arthritis for the win. This is my 40s. Let's get one more from your spirit. But yeah, it's like, that's a wound, and it needs some healing. Definitely getting abandonment issues, or just like, I'm picking up on somebody who, like, you might have had like siblings and stuff, and I'm possibly getting middle child for some, not for everybody. But there's something about that that's sticking out a little bit, because the middle child, let's be honest, it's rough for the middle child. Like, I'm not the middle child, I'm the oldest. But the middle child, like, it's okay. The older child is usually like the one that, the parents are constantly on them, like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, blah, 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 blah. And then the younger child is, doing whatever. They're like the little free-spirited one, doing whatever. And then the middle child is like, well, what about me? And it's like, it's pretty jacked, man. Depending. That's not gonna be for everybody, but for somebody that might be the case. That shaking you saw is just because I just touched the cord on my thing. It's not spirits this time, because it has happened where they literally like tipped over the whole thing. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Didn't even touch it. My cat wasn't there, nothing. The whole thing just fell over. That has happened before. But I am getting something like that. One more from your spirit. I am picking up on one more message from here. Um, but yeah, it's like just feeling like you have to like stand out just that much more, just to, be noticed. You have to either, act out or like be super like excellent in everything, and it's like it's not fair, right? It sucks. Like I said, I'm the oldest, so I had like a different sense of responsibility and things like that. So like I helped raise my brothers. I have two younger brothers. I helped raise them when my parents split up and stuff. Love my dad, amazing. But I did have to step up. When my parents split up and things like that. It is what it is. Water over the bridge, water under the bridge. I love both my parents. They're amazing. But life, be life. That's life. And those are my childhood wounds that I have had to deal with. Like in therapy, they were like, you were considered as a parentified child. I learned that. Some of you guys might resonate with this. Because of the fact that I had to step in as a parent, a parental role at a young age, starting at 11 years old. I'm distributing, medicine. I'm ironing clothes. I'm cooking breakfast. I am, putting one brother on the bus and running, to, a few blocks away so that I could go grab my cousin and bring all of us to, me and my brother and my cousin all to school on time and not be late. Like I was doing that. And, I did that for, the rest of my years in middle school. And then when I went to high school, it changed a little bit because I couldn't do those things, but like not at least to the same extent. But like, I still had to, distribute meds and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, guys, you have to figure it out for yourself. And then they had to figure it out because my mom had to work. So, somebody might resonate with that. That seems very important right now. And I also felt like I always had to set an example. I had to get the good grades and stuff like that. Oh, you bring home a C. What? What the fuck? What's a C? What is that? How the fuck did you get a C? You know what I mean? Like, it was, being like a perfectionist and things like that. Anything past, like, lower than a C, I'll forget about it. Well, lower than a B, really. But, like, a C? Punishment. You know what I mean? Not like ass whoopings necessarily, but, like, just, like, oh, so I see those grades getting brought up. You can't see your friends. You can't do this. You can't do that. And then what happens? Rebellion. So some of you guys might resonate with this. Let me know. But what did Monique say? The oldest gets blamed for everything, though. It's just not. Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I always had to like set that tone for my younger brothers. Again, like no disrespect to my parents or anything like that. We live and we learn. There was an experience that we all had to learn and grow through, and I think we all have made our peace with that. That's part of shadow work, right? Making our peace with those things. And yeah, you can't always be the hero. You can't always be the hero. Someone's gonna resonate with this. Like, you can't always be the hero. It says over functioning, martyrdom, and burnt out. Like, yeah, doing everything for everyone else. You can't do it. It's just not sustainable. But that might be what you were feeling for a while. Doing everything for everyone else and then trying to, cover up your own shit. You can't let that mask fall, right? You got to keep on keeping up the, the facade. Acceptance isn't resignation. Surrender, presence, and inner peace. Yeah, learning how to accept what is. And that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't make it, like, okay in the sense of, like, water, like, sorry. It doesn't make it okay in the sense of, like, acknowledge it. It makes it okay in the sense of, we're going to live, we're going to learn through this. Fear of success, visibility, pressure, and fear of expansion. Some of you guys might have kept yourself very small for a long time in order to not, you know, step on any toes or anything like that. And remember how I was just saying a moment ago, like I purposely stayed close to home after all the colleges I got accepted to. I could have been, you know, all over the country based on the colleges I got accepted to. And I decided to stay. I literally, my school, my college was literally the next town over. Like, all I had to do was hop on a train or a shuttle to get there. Go to the Bridgeport station, depending on what comes first. It was the 3, the 4, or the shuttle. I'm like, okay, there goes the shoe, Sacred Heart University, the shoe, shuttle, they're here first. Let me go make it to this class on time. You know what I mean? I'm getting something like that. Definitely like martyrdom type of thing. It's like you can't do everything for everyone, guys. Forgiveness sets you free. Release, unhooking, and peace. Yeah, you have to find peace and not, you know, have this sense of resentment, you know, in these situations. This is definitely giving childhood wounds. That's what I'm getting on this reading right now. Definitely. Definitely, definitely, definitely. All right, so let's see. We're going to pull from another shadow work type esque deck. It's a little bit different, but I like this deck. It's the Dead Inside deck, and it is a shadow work deck, but they add a little bit of humor to it. You know, sometimes these readings get a little bit dark. You know, we've cried on these readings before. Like, you know, it can get a little bit dark on here. But at the same time, you know, this is still meant to heal. You know, we have to feel it, you know, to get through it. And it's like, that's a part of the healing process, and it's a part of, again, addressing our shadow and integrating it into our full, whole self. All right, what we have here. Made the list, ignored it. So sometimes you might shut down and then feel guilty about it later. Yeah, you don't have a social battery. You guys probably hate being around a lot of people because you just be like, fuck this. I resonate with that. Let's get like 3 from here, Spirit. Yeah, it's because, you know, you're dealing with all these other different fucking things. Who the hell wants to be around people? I know I don't want to be around nobody. I could resonate with that. I'd be like, hell no. Like last week, for those of you, you know, who are, you know, regular followers or subscribers, like, I am also a teacher, well, assistant teacher. And I work with kids with special needs, and last week, what was it, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday was the last day for the teachers. And, you know, we're all just like, yo, do we really have to go to this ice cream social? Are they really making us stay for a fucking ice cream social? I just wanted to go home. I'm like, I just want to go home. I went home, and then they let us out early, but like, I felt like, oh my god, like I just want to leave this fucking thing. I just want to go home. It's like we had to show our faces because they were paying attention who was there. Like, basically almost if you want to get paid for the full day, you better show up, kind of thing. Fuck around and find out. I'm like, oh, well, I want my money, so we're gonna do that. So I went, but I didn't want to. And then I had like all these coworkers hitting me up talking about something. Hey, are you going to the? I knew you were gonna show up. I was just waiting for you to show up. Guys, the Phoenix Priestess is in the building. Check my girl out. You were the first person I mentioned. You wanna know why? Because look, what deck did I read from? Let's see if I can find the top of it. Oh, there it goes. That was over here. I was telling the story of how you put me onto this deck, the Dark Mirror. Love it, love it, love it. Oh man, I missed your live. I didn't even see the notification. It's weird. It's annoying. Well, I'm gonna check it out as long as it was posted up. I'll check it out. But yes, my girl. I was talking about you and I was bragging about you. So definitely check my girl out, guys. Allie from the Phoenix Priestess. Amazing reader, an amazing person. Love her. That's my soulmate. That's my sister. Love her, love her, love her. But yeah, so like all my coworkers were hitting me up and they're like, oh, hey, are you going to happy hour at these places, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no. And they're like, why? I'm like, I have no social battery right now. I just want to be home. I want to sleep. I was so tired. I ended up taking a blazing ass nap too. I think I slept for like almost 3 hours. When I got home, I was so tired. I ate something. I think I had Indian food that day, right? Yeah, I had some butter chicken. It was fucking delicious, by the way. And Like, I'm looking. I woke up to all these texts. I'm going like this. Like, all these motherfuckers want me to go out. It's not happening. Sorry. Yes, exactly. Ooh, okay, yeah, I gotta check that out. I gotta check that out. Absolutely. When I get off of here, I'm checking that out. All right, so we have on the bottom of the deck here, replaying the breakup, mental loops, guilt, and over analysis. So you might be, there could have been like some type of ending, and it doesn't have to be a romantic ending either. It could just be in general. Because I'm going to read that intuitively. I do feel like, because mostly we're picking up on like family stuff, so I'm going to read that intuitively. I think that you might have had to start to distance yourself from family. Yeah, it says blocked as fuck, cut off, disbelief, and avoidance. You've been blocked. Yeah, definitely. It's in the middle. Crying in the shower, isolation, breakdown, and vulnerability. And the thing is this was not an easy choice for those of you who had to kind of distance yourself from family, but realizing that this is not, what's, something that you want to have in your space in your life at this time, right? And you know that pullback energy, and they probably feel a way about it, and that's fine. That's their problem. That's not your business. It really isn't. It's not your business. So it's like, if somebody's like coming in into your space and into your life, family included, like, and they're doing some bullshit, they put you in a space where you don't feel comfortable, things like that. They give you anxiety. There's a reason why I brought out the anxiety deck. Ain't that funny? That might be the next that we're read from. Like, they might give you anxiety. Like, I'm picking up on that. Like, that when you're around these people, it doesn't make you feel good, and it's like there's a reason for that. Your body, your nervous system is telling you. Like, I'm getting like, you might get like y'all gonna make me say it like that. Okay, fine. I'll say it. I might get like the bubble guts and stuff as soon as like you have to be around certain people and things like that. Like your stomach's all fucked up, and then not till it's fine. And all of a sudden you gotta do this thing. It's like a chore. You're just like, oh God, I have to be around these people. I don't want to be around them. Ugh. They make you anxious. They you get headaches. All of a sudden you feel nauseous, all kind of things, and that says everything you need to fucking know. Your nervous system is telling you, nah, man, nah, dog, this ain't it. Okay, 3 from here. We got 2. All right, what we got? We have I'm done. Even your spirit guide quit. This disillusionment and abandonment. They're like, yo, because y'all not listening. Your spirit guide is like, look, I told this motherfucker how many times, like, they need to do this, and this, and they ain't doing it. It's too much. Yeah, overstimulation. Like, I'm telling you not to do it, not to go there, not to be around these people, and you're still doing it anyway. Well, guess what? I'm gonna show you your ass better than I can tell. Wow, that's hilarious. I like this deck because it's one of those things where it's like, it's serious but funny at the same time. If that makes any sense. Yeah, the replaying the breakup is here again. Don't know how to say your name, so I'm not gonna try to mess it up. But okay, maybe I should try. Aptise, I think is how you say your name. Welcome. I've never seen your name on here before. But welcome. This is a shadow work reading for the collective. This is not personal messages today. If you would like to stick around, that would be awesome. If not, perfectly understandable, but I'm not doing personals at this time. Yeah, block that fuck is here again. Manifesting, sleep. Yeah, you guys are tired. It's crazy. And the thing is, Allie, you just said something about taking a nap, right? And I was talking about taking a nap. Yeah. Like, your body is craving for just rest in general. I think you guys are around too many situations that are overstimulating is what I'm picking up on. And it's like, they're like, please rest. Please not put yourself in, circumstances that make you feel so burdened. Definitely getting like burdensome energy. Listen to your body right now. What did my girl say? Sleep has been wild. Yeah, mine too. Like my naps though have been wild. Like when I say like wild, I mean in a good way. Like how you just said it. Like I mean in a good way. Like I haven't. That was crazy. I haven't like drooled when I sleep in a long time. I used to drool when I sleep all the time. So gross, I know, but whatever. It is what it is. I wake up and I'm like, because I sleep like this, and I'm like, damn. Or I sleep on my hand like that. I'm like, damn. Definitely neurodivergent over here. Um, for those of you who have ADHD, have you ever heard of the ADHD hand when it comes to sleep? Research is hilarious because it's like apparently people with ADHD, and I have it, and I'm like, I've been doing this my whole life. Oh my god. And I've been diagnosed. I was diagnosed a long time ago, but I didn't know that this was a thing. We sleep like this. We sleep like that, and I'm like, I've been doing that for so long. I had all this drool all over the place. Yo, that nap was fucking busting, bro. Like I was like, yo, this is like one of the best naps I've ever had. Like I don't even sleep like that on a regular basis, but that nap though, all it was like was like a little 2 hour nap. But that shit, well, to me that's a little nap because when I nap, I nap. But like my ex, he used to call me the nap queen, or he still does. Yep, I curl into a ball. I sleep in like fetal position, and then I sleep like this, just like that. And sometimes I might use like a little blankie or something, or like a stuffed animal or something like that, and I sleep like that. It's a way of self soothing, but yeah, it's so funny. So some of you might resonate with that. um, Wake, work, scroll, repeat. Yeah, you're burnt out, man. You're just doing the same shit all the time. The hamster wheel type of thing. One more from here, spirit. It's like the hamster wheel, and it's like, bro, I gotta get out of this. Doing the same shit every day, day in and day out. What is this? Yeah, they keep talking about that social battery, though. You are burnt out, and you are tired of being around energies that you don't want to be around, including family. Tears? What tears? Remember we were talking about acting like you're not going through it? You're not feeling emotions? Trying to anyway? You knew. You ignored it. Intuition, ignorance, self-betrayal. So there are some things that, you ignored. You saw certain things in other people around you, whether it was friends, family, romantic interests, so on and so forth. And just realizing, hey, fuck that. But you know what? And it's funny because it's like, I think this was meant to be like a little bit of a comedic, timing kind of component in this reading. The spirit definitely drew me to this deck, and we're chuckling a little bit, right, as we're talking about this stuff. Everything was like super serious, and now we have a little bit of comedic timing. They're like, we're gonna laugh through it, laugh through the pain. We got this. Like we're gonna look at our circumstances and say, okay, yep, I went through this, I went through that. It's fine. I came out on top, and everything is cool. Everything's fucking cool. We ain't gonna sit there and dwell on nothing, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna grow through this shit. We're growing. Alright? Alright, so we're gonna pull some tarot. I think I'm gonna do a cross of truth for this one. Very simple, but very meaningful at the same time. Let's see. Let's look at that. Nice. Moving on with passion. After a time of, rest. I heard the word on the fence. I'm getting like this energy of people who, if you're resonating with this reading so far, like you've been on the fence about just how you move about the circumstances you've been in. It's like, do I just like kind of like stay confined in this situation, or do I like actually move forward and do something about it? I'm getting something like that, and it's like you're definitely like in this, in between space is what I'm picking up on, because you know that you don't want to stay there, right? You don't want to stay in that stuck energy. You want to move forward. The only way you can really move forward is if you embrace, again, this part of the journey. Shadow work is not fun. I ain't gonna hold you. We're not gonna make this shit into rainbows and butterflies up on here. That's what we're not gonna do. It takes work. It really does. Like I said, I'm getting like, people who compartmentalize. I do the same thing. I'm not going to hold you. I do. And yeah, but there's these attachments. Remember we saw the addiction card in the other deck. Like, It causes you to feel fragmented, right? It causes you to feel stuck and bound into situations you don't want to be stuck and bound to. Yeah, I seize new opportunities. Gotta break free from the chains that bind you. For some of you, it could be work related, but I'm more so picking up on you're just working on yourself at this time with that Eight of Pentacles there. All right, so let's see. Let's do what's the overall energy for the collective when it comes to this shadow work and what we've seen so far. There's the most accurate message, Spirit. The overall energy is, you guys are, I feel like you guys are trying to fight it, and it's like you can't. Eventually you gotta do it. You're stuck in your fucking head. You're keeping yourself restricted and confined to something that you don't have to be, constricted or restricted and confined to. You're blocking yourself at this point. And this is why shadow work is important. You're blocking your own self. Yeah. You can't try to say, oh, I'm doing the work, and then, every time, the hard stuff pops up, and you shut down. You know what I mean? This is not an attack. This is what Spirit wants me to say. And I feel that too, because I've done it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm doing great. And then when like that more serious thing comes, you're like, ooh, I don't think I'm, it's like the big elephant in the room. You're like, I don't think I'm going to adjust that right now. You have to, or else you're going to keep yourself stuck. You can't stay there. Yep, for some of you can have maternal wounds. We did talk about parent wounds, so some of you guys might have I'm getting like there might be a conversation you have to have with your own mother, or never have with your own mother. Seven of Swords, this person could have been very tricky. It's tricky. I'm getting manipulation. I heard the word triangulation too. This is very specific. This is not going to be for everybody. For somebody, especially as the left side of my nose is itching as I say this, for somebody, I'm getting that one of the parental wounds is the fact that your own mom tried to keep you away from maybe your dad. That's not for everybody. That's very specific. Because I heard the word triangulation. Try to turn you against other people and stuff like that, or them against you. If you didn't I heard the word participate in what it is that they wanted you to do. So there's a lot of I heard standing on your neck, like they kept you feeling stuck and confined in your circumstances. For some of you, there could have even been this I'm getting financial abuse kind of thing. Like they maybe funded things for you. Like if they were well off type of thing, they funded things for you. They're like, oh, if you don't do this, this and that, I won't take care of you. That's fucked up. Very manipulative. And I can see why, there's got to be a severance of cords there with that. Oof. As you're trying to work on yourself, right? You're trying to break free and then you're stuck in that. I can see why this would be a problem. Man, what are you doing? Why are you skittish all of a sudden? I take care of you. You don't have no mother abandonment issues over here. I treat you like a princess. What's the challenge? Or maybe she just doesn't like the energy that's coming up. See? That's what it is. For somebody. And if it's not your mom, it's somebody in your space. Somebody in your life who you were trying to people please and all that stuff. You agree with this statement, Ren? Just keep coming around. Hi, Mama. Want to come over here? Yes. It's fine. Hey, baby girl. I'm getting... maybe that's why my cat is acting weird right now. I'm getting this weird, ooh, I don't like how I feel about this. But I'm going to explain it. Especially for those of you who are resonating with this being a maternal thing. I'm getting a dangling a carrot kind of tactic for this person. They just do just enough. When you're trying to, remove yourself and distance, they're like, ooh, I have a tactic for them to keep their ass around. and then they lure you in, act like everything's cool, and then they take it away. That creates abandonment issues and all kind of crazy shit. We have the 5 as a challenge. We have the 5 of Swords here. I don't like this at all. I don't like it. It's like you won, but at what cost, right? Like you're doing all this shit to try to win. But what did you win? Play stupid games. You're gonna win fucking stupid prizes. I don't like this. They'll sabotage the relationship just to win. And then you're over here like, you know what? I have to try to remove myself, but I don't know how, and I can see why. You know, this is somebody, you know, you hold them to a high standard, the Hierophant. Like, you hold them to a high standard. This is somebody who you seek counsel in, you look up to. You know, you follow their values and their traditions and their beliefs. Trying to conform to them so that you don't disappoint them. Ooh, child. Yeah. Got some healing to do, baby. I know somebody here, at least one person, has Aquarius in their chart. That Aquarius is showing up. Yeah, healing. Remaining optimistic and hopeful during that process. Yeah, but there's definitely conflict. In the middle of the deck here, we got that conflict with that 5 of Wands. Woo. Wow. Tell us more. What's the recent past? Giving, you guys have a choice to make, and the thing is, like, even though this is a 2 of Wands, it's giving me 3 of Wands. It's kind of giving me, like, I know that, like, this is, you know, about the choice part, but I am getting this energy of, like, you guys have made the choice, and now you're distancing yourself, because we talked about that sense of distance very early on in the reading. And Allie, you just said something about Aries energy, didn't you? So, you know, that sense of knowing that you have to remove yourself from certain situations, certain people. Yeah, you held on too fucking long. You can't stay there. You can't stay in that space. Yeah. Arrogant ass people who just want to win at all costs. Like, no, you can't stay there. And the only way you're going to be successful and victorious in this is by removing yourself and distancing yourself. Yeah. You gotta get out of that. You can't stay there. Hey Lati, hey girl, hey. One of my sisters in the building, another one, and another one. Guys, check out my girls. Check out the Phoenix Priestess, and check out Tears of Elite Tarot Show, where you sure enough know what you're going to get. Those are my girls right there. I love them. I love them. I love them so very much. Yes, check my girls out. So greatly appreciative of them and everything that they do for me and everything they do for everyone else. These are people who I promise you, if you were to, you know, follow them, you will not regret it. They will help you on your path, because I know they've helped me on mine. Okay, check them out. All right, so what is that incoming energy looking like? Tell us more about that too, Spirit. Whew. Damn, look at all these major arcana too. Major arcanas have been showing up throughout the reading, and now look at this. So we have 2 cards that came out. We have the Chariot. Hey, Betty. And another one, exactly. So we have the Chariot here with that moving forward energy, right? And this is about success. Like, you're moving on from this closure. It's letting all that shit go. It's giving the world too. The Hanged Man. That is about, and those came out together. This is about, you know, you're seeing things with a new set of eyes, right? A new perspective. And you're seeing things for what it really is. You're seeing, you know, these manipulative tactics and stuff that people have bestowed upon you to keep you confined in your circumstances. You're realizing, I can't stay there. Nope. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I can't stay there. Yep, you're head over heart decisions with this King of Swords. You're like, fuck that. Absolutely fucking not. Because I can't allow for these situations and people to block what I have coming in. The Most High is coming in with blessings. They're like, you know what? If you stay confined in your circumstances, you're blocking yourself. And I said that earlier. You're at an impasse because you're allowing, or you have allowed for other people to block where you're going. With the people pleasing and all that shit. The manipulative scarcity tactics and all that shit to keep you confined. No more. No more of that. Absolutely not. Yeah. You've been through enough disappointment and heartbreak and pain. You can't stay there. You can't stay in that space. Intuitive interactions. Hey, Bookie. Hey, check her out too. Look at this. I love how you guys are popping in. I love y'all. Love you guys so much. For those of you like are new to the channel, and oh yes, before I even say that part, check out my girl Intuitive Interactions as well, because I already shouted out my other girls. Check her out as well. But yeah, so what I was about to say is, if you came in a little bit late, this reading is pretty heavy. You know, we had a couple little moments of like comedic timing. I think Spirit, you know, drew me to a certain deck on purpose for that purpose. I know that was a little bit of a redundancy. But yes, this reading has been, it's hitting. And definitely meaningful for somebody. And I just hope that the message reaches the right people. But yes, I greatly appreciate you guys for being here and tapping in, even if it's stay for a moment. But I do hope that, you know, you guys get a message out of it. What is like the foundation or things behind the scenes that the collective needs to be aware of, Spirit? And then I was picking up on anxiety, and I was like, I brought out the anxiety deck for a reason. I'll probably look into that a little bit too. Yeah, those fears and anxieties, like I said, like I'm getting people who've used like scarcity type tactics to keep you bound and in this loop, you know, keeping you stuck, keeping you from seizing opportunities. But now I think you guys are like, fuck this, I'm just gonna do me. That's what I'm getting. Like, yeah, you know, they might remember I did mention, like, I'm getting like they give you just enough. I'm hearing just enough for the city. Somebody's a Stevie Wonder fan. I mean, how can you not be, right? Da, 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 da. Oh, that's my boy right there. A child is born. That's my boy. Oh man, and I love that song. Living just enough. Something about that song. Just enough for the city. 8 of Wands. But you guys are moving on. Now I'm hearing the now I'm hearing the Jeffersons theme song. Moving on up, moving on up. They wanted to keep you confined. I'm telling you, this is family, man. They are like, nope, don't want to see you move on past me. You can't do better than us. It's giving me that. Hell no. Beans don't burn in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. It took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big league. And they're going to try to take off of you too. It's our turn at bat. Like the outcome. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up to the east side. To that deluxe apartment in the sky. You're working on yourself, baby. All that shit you already dealt with, you're getting out of it. And I love how, like, Spirit is so funny, because it's like they want us to get a little bit of comedic timing here, right? We're you know, joking a little bit, singing these crazy songs that are just coming out of nowhere, and you know, but there's a reason. They're like, you're moving up, and you're not gonna be able to take everybody with you in that process. Like they've done some bullshit, especially family, for mostly the people who resonate with this message. Yeah, you're working on yourself. Be patient during this process too, with yourself. You know, it's gonna take time. Yeah, the strength on the bottom of the deck. It's gonna take time. Resilience, courage. to move forward. But look what's coming. Independence. I am definitely getting the sense of like, what's that term again? I went through this recently when I was trying to remember that term. Um, Enmeshment. At least this time I figured it out quickly. Before it took me minutes, and I was like, okay, we're just gonna bypass that. And then Spirit's like, nope, we're gonna roll the tape. We're back. Enmeshment. Look it up in terms of psychology and parenting and stuff. It's definitely giving enmeshment. This is a parent that and family that wanted to insert themselves into every aspect of your life, and you were stuck in the cycle of people pleasing because you felt like you had to do things their way. It was their way or the highway. It's time to be independent, baby. No more of that. Yep. Your own wish fulfillment too. Damn. Any last messages from the tarot? Thank you. The Lovers. Choices. Hard choices at that. Again, because like these are people you love. You care about them. You don't want to. Yeah, the Hierophant. We talked about this before. Like there's this energy of like, the values, right, that were, put onto you. You have to do things this way, you have to do things this way and that way, and you just go with the ebb and flow of what everybody's telling you to do, and you're getting pulled in all these different directions and not being your truest self. No more. Yep, it's time to move on with that Eight of Wands. All done. And new opportunities will come because of that. And it'll start off a little slow. It's not gonna be like, oh my God, all of a sudden everything just like opened up. Like, no, it might take time, right? And you might have, times where you either regret choices or you feel like you made the wrong choices. But the whole point is you are fine. That's the next step we're gonna open. You are fine. You are okay. Everything is going to be okay. Even when it doesn't always feel like it, it will be. It's because of the fear, right? That's that childlike, feeling that you have of like, okay, I can't disappoint these people who I love, like, especially your parents and stuff like that. I have to do everything a certain way. I'm going against the grain. This is weird. I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. But you are going to be fine. Yeah, you're not behind. Everyone's pretending to have it together. You don't need to. Yeah, you don't have to pretend that everything's perfect, because it's not. And it's going to take time to get to where you're trying to get. But let's get 3 from here, Spirit. You're working on it. You're going to get there. How are we looking on time? Because I have like a lot of decks here that I felt drawn to. I'm not going to read from all of them. But the ones I feel the most drawn to, I will read from. Let it go. Not every thought deserves attention. You're on the bottom of the deck, top. Stop overthinking. No. Your brain is replacing that embarrassing. Sorry, I said replacing. It says replaying. Replaying that embarrassing moment from 2012. Let it go. Yeah. Can't hold on to that shit anymore. Rest and heal. Take up space and be okay with that. Take the space you need and the time that you need to work on this part of your journey. It's okay. Lower your expectations. Peace starts here. Yeah, when, again, I'm getting this energy of, those expectations and stuff were set so fucking high that you had to be a perfectionist all the time. It's okay to make mistakes. Be messy. It's okay. It is okay. You don't have to be perfect all the time. Get over that drama of trying to make everybody else happy. Fuck that. Make yourself happy. Because you're just going to be on an uphill battle for the rest of your fucking life if you're trying to do everything for everyone else. I had to learn that the hard way. Set boundaries. Your peace is allowed to exist. Absolutely. One more from your Spirit. Absolutely. Try again. Failure is a part of the map. Remember I said, some things are gonna take time. It's not gonna happen overnight. Like when you're trying to, break free from all the shit that everybody's saying, oh, you have to do it this way, blah, blah. Doing it your own way, it's gonna take time, and it's gonna take patience. It's gonna take perseverance. It's gonna take trial and error because you're doing something different than what everybody else has been doing, especially when it comes to your family dynamics. And that is okay. I'm hearing somebody might be like an old school like hip hop head. Somebody might like Kid and Play. Let me know in the comments if that resonates. They had a song called "Doing It My Way," and I love that song. Like when I was a kid, my dad he used to record for me like the Yo MTV Raps videos, and that one was like on heavy rotation. A lot of songs were, but like that was one of the ones that stands out to me, and I remember that video like it was yesterday. I love that song, and I love that video. Let me see something, because I know I had brought out a few different decks. Okay, I think I'm gonna read from the Sacred Light next. So this is maybe like, because I have a few decks here that I really feel drawn to. So to get ready to close out the reading, I don't want to hold you guys too long. So thank you guys for being here. And if you're resonating with this message and haven't done so already, hit that like button and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if this message is making sense and resonates with you. I hope it does. Maybe just one from here. Just keep it simple. Just one message from this deck. It's funny because like as I said, the thing about the Yo MTV Raps videos, I'm also getting like MC Light. What was the name of that song? Like I could see the video and stuff, but I can't remember the title of the song. I remember like parts of the verses, but I don't know the title. She was like on a subway train and stuff in the video. It would like go back and forth between like light and like black and white and color. It was a pretty cool video. Anywho's, we have Cathedral of Light here on the bottom of the deck. It says stubborn attitudes extending the olive branch and artistry. Like you're in control of your own destiny at this point, right? You're in control of your own destiny. And you have a lot more control over your circumstances than you might give yourself credit for, and that's an attitude. That's a component that has been showing a lot in these readings. Being able to kind of let that guard down a little bit and soften up so that you can be the one to be a little bit more malleable in these cases, to be able to be flexible. Staying stuck in your ways is not going to get you anywhere, is what I'm getting. Hope that makes sense. Could be one of those. But yeah, I love MC Light. Queen Latifah, Kid and Play, Rakim. There were a lot of good ones on Yo MTV Raps back then. A lot. I'm thinking of Rob Bass. It takes two to make a thing go right. That was the shit right there. It takes two to make it outside. Angelic Realms, a team effort, clarity, validation, and patience. Remember I said it's gonna take patience. Yes, and you are right. The 80s music was the shit. Can I make it clap? Yes, I can. Only for my man, though. I make it clap on his face all the time. You'll never get that, though. But anywho's, to beat in fire, serpent. It says seeking the higher truth, discernment, and a better path, authority. Yeah, you're in this process of seeking authority over your own life. I can dig it. I can dig it. Let's get one card from here, Spirit. Like I I have some other decks that I wanted to read from as well. Let's see. Inner Oracle. It says, you are the channel. Deja vu, self-fulfilling prophecy. A lot of this stuff is up to you. Yes. And you know what's funny? As somebody is asking me all about my business about can I make it clap, I just had an ex hit me up and say, damn, I really miss how you used to clap back on this thing. And I had to block him because I'm like, whoa there, you know I have a man. What are you doing? You're doing too much. But yes, you know, it be like that sometimes. That's how I keep niggas trapped. Got that snapper, baby. I don't got a lot of ass, but I know how to shake it. But anyway, let me stop. Got my thing, bitch. Got my thing. Doing too much. Like I said, comedic timing, you know what I mean? Sometimes these clowns, they come in with their bullshit, and you know, you gotta roll with punches, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It be like that. Ladies, let me know y'all don't know when them old those when the old niggas be trying to come back for that snap, and you be like blocked. Come to your job, come to your house, riding around and getting it. You ain't getting shit, nigga. Goodbye. But anyways, yes, you are the channel, right? You know, you might be feeling like certain parts of your aspects of, you know, this journey, it's like they keep repeating. You know, you'll see those things happening, like the people pleasing is gonna be a big one. You're gonna keep seeing that showing up, not just with family, but work, relationships. Becomes a sense of codependency for a lot of you guys. You know what I mean? Let me know if that resonates. Energy medicine, sensuality, devotion, celestial fertility, and deep rest. Yes, we talked about making sure you're taking care of that physical body, right? Big time. Devoting time to yourself. I'm definitely getting like this energy of like sacral chakra too. Yeah, especially when we're going to talk about like fertility, sensuality, even like a little bit of your root as well. Shake that ass. Watch yourself. Show me what you're working with. Mystical, man. I mean, we should have known something was off when he said, I came in with my dick in my hand. Don't make me let my ass be cool. Like, this nigga was on some shit. You know what I mean? Like, he was on some shit. Now his ass in jail for 20 years. Should have kept his dick in his pants and on his hand. You can't be doing that, man. Can't be doing that. But anyway, comedic timing, guys. Too soon? Sorry. Spirit of light. Or sorry, spirit of light. Healing hands. Ooh, okay. Empathic qualities. Animal wisdom. Now, you guys know that my cat, not my pussy, but my actual cat, she and I are very, very well conjoined together. It's like a symbiotic relationship in a very positive way. And she always shows up when I read, all the time. My baby. Yeah, she's looking at me. Yes, I'm talking about you, baby. She's like, want me to come over there? But yes, we have a very healing relationship. So some of you guys might resonate with the idea that you might really be great with animals and have a great relationship with animals. You might have, people might have even told you have like a healing touch. I'm even getting voice. It doesn't say that here, but I'm getting that just in general. Like, you might have like something healing about your hands. I know like our girl, she's not on here at this moment, but our girl, Aya Inspired Tarot, aka Veronica, she does Reiki healing, and I want to do that too, but I want to make sure like I'm, you know, as sound as I need to be before I start something like that, because I would love to help people do stuff like that, but I have to make sure I'm, you know, doing what I need to do for myself first. I wholeheartedly believe that. But some of you guys might resonate with that, and something about your touch, very empathic, and you guys are a source of light to a lot of people, and I love that. Or you shine light upon people in terms of what it is that they need to see about themselves, like almost giving like a mirror kind of thing. You help mirror what they need to see so that they can work on themselves. I'm getting something like that. Let me know if that resonates for any of you. Cosmic gateway, insecurities, connection with others, and refocusing. You help them refocus. This is how you integrate your dark, that shadow side of yourself. This is how you integrate it. You help people see what they need to see about themselves, and thus you also heal that part of yourself as well. Same. Just saying, I like that for you guys. That's beautiful. All right, let's see. So, with all these damn decks all over the place, because I had everything organized and I started moving shit around. ADHD for the win. Let's see. So, I know I had a couple more decks that I wanted to read from for sure. All right, I more than a couple, honestly. So, we're gonna get a card from here as well. This one. But yeah, you are breaking cycles before you even actually, read anything. You're breaking cycles, and I love to see that. Yeah. Yep. Remember I talked about like manipulative tactics? For sure. Breaking free from that. That's what I'm picking up on. So let's get one card from this deck, because I don't want to hold you guys too long, like I said before. And I do have like, after this one, I do have like three other decks I want to read from, and I'll just read one card from each. Just to get these last messages out, because I do feel connected to these decks big time. Not like a whole bunch of cards being pulled, but just like one significant message for you guys from each. Relocation. Some of you guys might need to relocate to really be able to see this sense of change, especially with that 5 on this card. Yeah, I'm getting like no place like home. Create your own safe space. That's what I'm picking up on. Exactly, divinely guided. Exactly. Reconciliation is here. Power struggle. See, there's that power struggle dynamic though that makes the reconciliation hard, and that's where that distance comes from, that relocation, right? So it's like you will have to ask yourself the question of, are these, because it's going to be different for everybody, the person or people in your life, are these relationships that are worth reconciling? Ask yourself that and be honest with yourself, because not every relationship is meant for reconciliation. You can still love a person, but from a distance, including family. Just saying. And don't feel guilty about it. You gotta do what's best for you at this point in your time in your life, right? That's what Spirit is saying very, very profoundly right now. So we got here. Wow. We have 3 cards that came out, and they're making it very clear that this is what they want here. Are you doing free tarot reading? Hi, how are you? I don't know how to say your name. Vahavi? I don't know if I said your name right. I'm so sorry if I didn't. I apologize. But this is just a general collective message, which technically is free, but it's not a personal reading right now. If you want to stick around, you can definitely stick around, but it's not personal right now. I will be doing those again soon. Just stay tuned. If you want to, stick around and see if this message resonates for you, by all means you can. And you can also check out other content in the meantime. All right, so we have 3 cards that came out. We have Power Struggle, which we already saw, right? So it's out here again, officially. And we have Bad Weather. Yeah, it's giving like, it's storming, man. They're just letting things are going to, it's giving me like when it rains, it pours. You know what I mean? Every time you feel like you got things situated in a certain area of your life, in this case, it seems like with family, something else happens. And it's going to be a little bit of a road ahead to, get past it, right? But the problem is people want to try to hold certain shit over your head, and it makes it that much more difficult to move past it. But you just have to gain that sense of control over your own life. Yeah. Remember we talked about anxiety. We ended up reading from the anxiety deck, didn't we? Yeah, this causes you a lot of anxiety. I remember saying, like, your nervous system might react, right? Your whole body will start fucking feeling weird whenever you're supposed to be around a person and stuff. You don't feel it. When I say you don't feel it, like, you're not feeling the vibe. You're like, I don't like this. I don't want to be around this. Yeah, it causes you some type of exhaustion. You can't have that energy around you. They cause setbacks. This stuff causes setbacks. No more people pleasing. No more holding on to connections that don't serve you, including family. Can't do that to yourself anymore. All right, so we're gonna pull a card from the Healing Waters deck. Again, if you're resonating with this message and haven't done so already, hit that like button and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Hit the notification bell as well so you know when I'm on. I've been doing pretty good, being consistent. And I started doing the free readings again. That's not going to be an all the time thing. I will be honest with you guys. Like, that, it takes a lot of energy for me to do that. Like, when I did it, was like a little more than a week ago. I was on for like 5 hours. And it took a lot out of me. It took me like a couple of days to recover. I don't know how my girl Aya does it, and I don't know how my girl LT does it, but they somehow do all these free readings, and they be on there for hours and hours. And I'm like, y'all do that regularly. I aspire to be like them one day. You have let it go. Release the past, forgive, soften, and move forward. Yeah. We're just not holding resentment, right? We can't stay stuck and keep ourselves in these confined, spaces, right, in our lives. Whether it's up here, whatever the case. Can't stay there. You just can't. Gotta move forward. She who flows. It says ease, being open to change. That's a big one. Being open to change. Go with the flow of life. C'est la vie. Let it go. You can't stay in these situations no more. Ride the waves. Life lessons and growth. Exactly. You will get through this. It's a process, but you will get through it. What we have here, this was in the reverse, where it says the pink dolphin, celebration, fun, unbridled freedom, and open heart. Open up that heart space. Allow yourself to enjoy the sense of peace and happiness and do fun things. Link up with, friends who you haven't seen in a while. Link up with family who actually is, on your wavelength, who don't cause you stress. We all have, those family members we'd be like, I don't want to have shit to do with them. And then there's the ones that were like, nah, I vibe with them though. I have them too. Like, it's one of those who all gonna be there kind of situations. As soon as you hear a certain name, you're like, yeah, nah, I'm gonna stay home. And they be like, come on, don't worry about them. It's fine. Like, no, they get me in a place that I don't want to be at, and I'm good on that. It's giving me that. So, yeah, and that's fine. Perfectly fine. All right, so we're going to read from the Repair Evolution Growth Oracle. Get one card from here, and then the last card we're going to read from is the Ascendium Oracle deck for affirmation. Close everything out. Put a cute little bow on top of everything so that you guys can, leave this reading with a sense of security, knowing what you need to do, and some clarity. That's always my goal. I don't want you to be more confused. I want you to actually feel like, okay, wow, I feel empowered right now. I can do this. Like, that's my goal whenever I read. So hopefully that's how you leave this reading feeling like, yep, I can do this. I can do hard things. Including, distancing myself from people, including family, who are not the best fit for me. Hope that makes sense. All right, so we have abundance on the bottom. It says security. Money is energy like anything else. Remember I said something about, I feel like there would be somebody who's holding like money and stuff like that over your head and trying to take it away from you if you don't oblige and follow their lead. Fuck that shit. You want it to flow and not feel trapped. Trusting that the universe will take care of you gives off the energy of abundance and expectancy in every dollar you receive. Know that you are supported and the money will flow. So if, scarcity, remember I said something about scarcity tactics. Scarcity can be, that mindset can be something that impacts you too when it comes to being able to fully close that loop, if that makes any sense. So let's get one card from here, Spirit. Thank you. All right, we have humanitarian service. Your soul longs to joyfully serve. Being of service is a huge calling that is honorable and satisfying. How are you being called to serve humanity? Serve with grace and humility to assist those that cannot help themselves. Be an advocate, a confidant, and an inspiration along the way. So you're definitely meant to help other people on your path. And it's going to look different for everybody. But I'm getting this energy of, especially when we were talking about empaths and stuff like that that showed up earlier in the reading. That empathic energy that you guys possess, you can use that as a way to help others, a way of service. As my girl Lati would say, turning testimony into tarot on her channel. She takes her experiences and, is able to, transmute her pain and be able to help people through readings and stuff like that, and being a spiritual guide. And, that's something that, I aspire to be able to do as well. I inspire tarot, the Phoenix Priestess, intuitive interactions. Those are some people that, will definitely, be able to help you along that path as well. That's why I love them so much. And that's how they've become a part of my spiritual routine, So very grateful for what they do. Yeah, gotta let go. Resisting change is kind of prevalent right now, and it's hard, yeah. But this could be something that will ignite your passion at the same time. Yep, childhood wound, you can't make it up. That was literally the first thing I said. I was like, I'm picking up on childhood wounds. First fucking message in the whole reading. And I said that before I even pulled any cards. I was like, I'm picking up on childhood wounds. All right, so to close out the reading, we're going to pull a card from the Ascendium deck, and that would be the end of the reading. I do hope that you guys resonated with these messages. I definitely enjoyed delivering these messages. We had a little bit of comedic timing, but we also know that this was some heavy-duty lifting that we had to do to work on ourselves, right? I'm going to say we, because I resonate with a lot of this stuff. But before we even shuffle, we have forgiveness here on the bottom of the deck, right? I free myself from the weight of resentment, reclaiming my power to live in peace. That's a very important message. That's before we even shuffle. Wow, right out the box. Wow. All right, so let's get one last message for the collective, Spirit. What do they need to know to close out this message when it comes to their shadow work? Got two. Purification. I call upon divine energy to purify me, restoring me to my highest vibrational state. You gotta purify yourself in the Lake Minnetonka. Prince reference, Purple Rain, my favorite movie. And I'm not just saying that because he's dead. Because people be like, oh yeah, people be like fake Michael Jackson fans or fake Prince. I'm like, first off, I've been a fan since I was a baby. Okay? People used to make fun of me when I was a kid, and I was like, my favorite album or my favorite movie is this. And they're like, the fuck are you talking about? I was always made fun of for those things. But anywho, yes. Gotta purify yourself. And it came out with releasing ritual. I release all stored negative emotions, trauma, and energetic blockages from my physical and spiritual being. Wow, and those came all together. I think it's the same person on the picture too. Like they're drawings, but like it's the same girl on both. Creative flow. This is like that transmutation energy. Creative energy flow. And we talked about the sacral and the root chakra a little while ago. Creative energy flows abundantly through me. I am a clear channel for divine inspiration and expression here on the bottom. Yeah, that's sad, man. There is no reason to be sad. Jealous of your own child. But it showed up throughout this reading. We're picking up on stuff like that. Right place. I am always in the right place at the right time, ready to receive what is meant for me. Yes. Hey, Elena, how are you? In the middle of the deck, we have nourishment. Yes, taking care of your physical body. We talked about that earlier too. I listen to my body's wisdom and give it the nourishment it truly needs. And I am Also getting this energy of, and I mentioned this before, this is just me kind of, getting like a little bit of an intuitive message here. Um, Also, not just taking care of your body, but paying attention to it, right? When things feel off, we were talking about, your nervous system and how your nervous system will give you signs when something is not right. It will let you know. You will. I jokingly said, but I was kind of serious. You're gonna get things like the bubble guts and shit like that when you know you're about to be around certain people or certain situations. You're not gonna feel right. You're gonna feel nauseous. You're gonna feel your heart getting like palpitations. You're gonna start getting cold sweats. Like, your body is telling you, your nervous system is reacting and letting you know, hey, this is not a situation or people I want to be around. Pay attention to how people make you feel, or certain situations make you feel, certain settings, right? Because those are places you don't need to be at. Listen to that, honor that, and that's okay. That is okay. And don't beat yourself up for it either. Don't feel guilty. I've been that person where I don't go somewhere and I feel guilty after. I'm like, oh fuck, what am I supposed to do? Is that people pleasing shit that we are just talking about? And it's like, I want to make everybody happy. And I don't want anybody to be upset with me. But well, you gotta honor yourself too. Your happiness matters too. Just saying. Especially if you're, an empath and stuff like that. That shit definitely matters. So just saying, putting it out there. But yes, with all that said, that concludes the reading, and I do hope that you guys, first off, I greatly appreciate all of you guys for sticking around. Even if you came in like later and you decided to, just check out the vibe and see what this reading was about. Like, I'm really, really happy that you stayed. And if you're new and you haven't done so already, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that support, and like that video that we just are about to post right now, and all that good stuff. Check out other content. There's a lot of different. We have. Hi Paula, how are you? Yeah, I love seeing new names popping in too. That makes me happy. It means that we're getting a little bit more reach. So I'm so glad that you guys are popping in, and I greatly appreciate you. I really, really do. So you might see me tomorrow. We'll see. Or very soon, sometime this week. I ain't gonna hold you guys. I have to take these damn braids out, and that's gonna take some time. And I gotta take care of the fro that's underneath here. And I don't know how big that fro gonna look, but my fro before I got the braids was about here, so it might be a little bit bigger. So I gotta tame the fro. You know what I mean? So it might, you might see me looking a little bit different the next time you see me. I don't know. That's if I decide like actually go with it, because I'm like, I don't feel like doing it. But anyway, you guys have a great rest of your night, and just I hope that this week meets you with a bunch of blessings and just being in a good space and love, and just I don't know, I feel like a little bit of a hippie right now. Maybe somebody's about to smoke some weed, or they smoking weed right now while they watch this. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I keep saying I have to go to the dispensary. I haven't been in like since December, but I need to go, so I could sleep better, because my sleep has not been the best lately. But like, I keep waking up in the middle of the night. Let me know if that resonates for any of you guys. Like, just waking up at some random ass times. Like, you be like dead sleep, and all of a sudden your body's just like, oh, I'm up. It's so aggravating. It's so annoying. So I'm like, I might need to give me a little bit of sativa to, bring myself down. No, indica. No, not sativa. I don't want that. That gives me anxiety. Sativa. Or sorry, indica. Unless it's hybrid. But anyways, I love you guys, and until next time, you guys have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys soon.